When you're a columnist on a big daily newspaper, you sometimes get the idea you know your town pretty well, but you're wrong. A city is made up of millions of people. How many of them can you really know? Yep.
Happy birthday, Mr. Chase.
Doorbell, you must have me confused with your boyfriend.
So then why are you getting gifts in the mail?
Funny, it didn't have any return address. But it had a card inside. You have dusted my heart with your dainty smile, made sweet my soul with your own sweet glance. The shy lids of your eyes only shield our shy love, so I lift them and murmur that I have a chance. Where had I heard that corny stuff before? There was something vaguely familiar about it. And the same went for the present that finally emerged from the tissue paper. Now, why would anyone out in that city of millions send me such a thing? Why me? Only it wasn't just me. Somebody else in our town had got one.
Dudley, it's me. I'm home. Well, what's this thing? Dudley, where'd this come from? What's it doing on the floor? Always making work for me. Picking up after you. Spending good money on a silly thing like that. Ah!
Well, Chase?
Not so well, Lieutenant. I don't know what it is, but I never can feel at home in that morgue.
Did you look him over?
I've seen handsomer corpses. Who is he?
His name's Dudley Ames, or it was. Mean anything to you?
No, not a thing.
And why did you come tearing down here so early?
Well, one of the police reporters told me about that glass ball. I received one just like it this morning.
You did?
Yeah, it's coincidence, I guess.
He was shot 3 times. What's the connection, Chase?
Now you're trying too hard, Lieutenant. I never saw him before. We have nothing in common.
Oh, come on, Dave. You can do better than that.
All right. Who was he? Who were his enemies? Were any suspicious characters seen going in or out of his flat?
What do you think I've been doing? Cutting out paper dolls or something?
Maybe.
Listen, Chase. Dudley Ames was a salesman, 45 years old, lived with his wife. Neighbors say he always had a good word for everybody, always paid his bills, good friend of the cop on the corner, always happy, laughing. See what I mean?
Yeah. So someone murdered him. Well, I guess that's your paper doll, Lieutenant. Big city, isn't it, huh?
Hold it, Chase. You ain't through here yet. Do you mean to say you came tearing down here just because a police reporter told you about this?
Wouldn't you be curious if you got one?
You're more than curious. You're scared. Somewhere in the back of your noodle, you're wondering whether or not you haven't got something in common. An enemy.
My enemies don't send me valentines.
Oh, come in, Mrs. Ames. Sit down, won't you? How did you make out with the DA?
Question. Just all sorts of questions. Dust off my heart. Just murmur that I have a chance. Oh, I can't believe it. I just can't believe that Dudley would...
Wait a minute. You mean he got one of those same silly poems that I did?
Silly? You sure got a sense of humor, mister. My husband's dead. But I suppose you're all alike. You'd laugh at anything, just like he would.
Oh, please, I'm sorry, Mrs. Ames.
He apparently received one of those glass ball things in the mail just like you did. And the card, too.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever hear that poem before?
No.
Have you? Come on, Chase. What are you driving at?
I wish I knew. Who do you think wrote it, Mrs. Ames?
The thing wasn't written by any handsome young Romeo. Do I know who wrote it? Maybe she wrote it to him. Search me. All that middle-aged guy.
I didn't understand, Mrs. Ames. Your husband was playing around with some woman. Is that it?
I don't know. But every Thursday night he'd go out. That's all I know. I don't know where he went. I don't know who she was. Men don't send such things to one another, do they?
Oh, come now. Take it easy, Mrs.
I guess that's your lead, Lieutenant.
Hey, wait a minute. Where you going? You received one of those little tokens, too, remember?
So I'm the third party in a love triangle. Look, George, I'm much more careful than that.
But for the love of Mike...
Sometimes a killer wants publicity. Well, if you people still read my column, what better way to advertise?
I thought of that. It's weak, Chase.
Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense at all, don't you see? Misery loves sympathy. All right, whoever it is sends me one of those things, so I'll write a nice, tragic sob story about this. Make everybody curious about the lonely one with the broken heart. Well, don't let it be yours, George, because I'm not telling you anything closer than that.
But...
Ever hear of a thing like this before? Being shot at right outside police headquarters. Oh, boy.
Oh, no. I've never been tied in any closer than that. I'm just a poor, innocent newspaper man. I've got no connections.
Oh, shut up.
Take it easy, Chase. Take it easy. You'll live, the doctor said.
Yeah, more shock than damage, I guess. Well, I better soak this thing in cold water again.
Well, at least you won't have to pay for a shampoo this week.
What?
Oh, very lucky, Chase.
Thanks, that's all I could expect from a cop.
Now, look, come clean. Who was he? You must have been able to see him. At least, was it a man or a woman?
Oh, the streets were full of people, don't you know that? Trucks, cars...
If I were you, I'd wear an iron hat after this.
Thanks a lot.
Don't you realize that we're up against some kind of a lunatic? Somebody who would kill people at random?
At random?
Well, it must be if what you're telling me is the truth about not knowing what this is all about.
Let me see those pictures of Dudley Ames again.
Good. Now we're getting someplace. All it takes is one little bullet to convince you that you ought to tell us all you know, huh?
I don't know anything, just something I'm trying to remember, that's all.
Mm-hmm. Now listen, Chase. How did you get mixed up with this salesman? And who else is mixed up with you, too?
Here, take a look at this.
Say, who do you think you're kidding? 10 pictures showing what the guy looks like, and you hand me this.
That's the one. Just like this wet towel your medic wrapped up around my head. That's how the idea started.
Now, look, Chase, for the last time...
George, you know, memory's a funny thing. Particularly when it's about something that seems so unimportant at the time. Let me see, Dudley Ames was a man with a big booming laugh, wasn't he?
So what?
Do you know where I might have heard that poem before? Do you know where I might have seen him before? In a barber shop. Come on.
That's right, Mr. Chase. You were in here, sir. Pretty thing, isn't it?
When was that, Barber? What day?
Oh, I don't come in here very often. If it isn't your name, Joe?
Yes, indeed, sir. Joe's my name. I don't exactly recall the day, but...
Ah, it was Wednesday. I'm sure of it, Lieutenant. It was Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wednesday, yes, sir.
Wednesday, okay, that's good enough. Joe, we want to ask you some questions.
Why? A good joke should have company, shouldn't it? The more people laugh at it, the better.
Joke?
Well, of course, sir. You ask about the glass ball and the poem that goes with it, and about a man named Dudley Ames.
Yeah, that's right, I remember. But I had a hot towel over my face.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir. And Mr. Ames, he's one of my regulars. He was stretched out over there in the other chair. The man who owns a bowling alley down the street, he was waiting.
Well, what happened? Didn't somebody read a poem that...
Miss Castor read it, naturally. It was hers, wasn't it?
Miss Castor, who's that? Joe, will you please put down that razor and...
Lieutenant? I'm just beginning to click. There's a manicurist, a blonde, isn't that right?
Very beautiful girl. A young lady, sir.
Yeah, I remember. Real snappy on the cuticle. But what's she got to do with this glass thing? What's the gag?
Surely you remember, sir.
Well, I was half asleep.
Well, you heard the words, didn't you? That's when Miss Castor received it. When the delivery boy brought it in there to her, she had no idea who sent it. I recall. She was manicuring Mr. Ames' nails right over there in the other chair.
And, you say this manicurist received one of these things and the poem, too?
You have dusted my heart with your dainty smile, made sweet my soul with your own sweet glance. Miss Castor nearly died laughing. They all did. My own sweet soul, she said. Oh, what corn, she said. On whose foot, I said. Oh, that killed him. I got the biggest laugh of all, I did. On whose foot? Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Never mind about him. Now, what else?
I don't understand. What happened?
Where's Miss Castor now?
Well, sir, she sometimes doesn't show up until after I get back from lunch.
Where you gone?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Maybe I could find her telephone number for you. If it's important, you could get it from the telephone company.
I can't wait, Lieutenant.
Well, what's his hurry? What is it?
I guess he can't wait to get himself murdered
What?
before somebody else turns up dead in this town. Now, come on, that phone number.
Murdered?
Miss Castor? Miss Castor?
All right, come in.
How are you? A girl at a soda fountain next to a barber shop told me I could find Miss Castor here. One of the letterboxes downstairs says the same thing.
Big deduction. So you want to know where Miss Castor is, huh?
Sure, where is she? Oh, do you live here or do you haunt the place?
So if it isn't the great Mr. Chase.
Well, I'm sorry I can't return the compliment, but I've worked my memory enough for one day.
No, you don't know me.
That's a relief. Well, she's a very pretty girl, isn't she? Good manicurist, too. What's her first name? Where can I find her?
Give me that. What kind of an act are you trying to put on anyhow?
Well, I think we better hear about your act first. What do you call yourself?
Skip it. Where is she?
Miss Castor? Don't you know?
No, how would I?
All right. Let's start all over again. Easy does it now. Suppose we sit down, shall we?
I'm Duke. That mean anything to you, great lover?
Come again?
So you didn't have enough girls up in your part of the town, huh? You gotta cross the tracks.
Your name's Duke, huh? You a boyfriend?
No. Magazine salesman. Working my way through college.
Now, take it easy, Duke. Take it easy. Did she tell you that she knew me? Is that right?
Knew you?
Well, that explains quite a bit. So she sawed off a hangnail for me once and then told people that she and I... Oh, boy. Wait till the police hear that.
Police? I don't get you. I don't get you at all.
You will, soon enough. We're going over there right now. She's not here. She's missing. You're going to help us find her.
Now, listen. I can't help you. There's nothing I can do.
Oh, Duke, don't!
Great lover, huh?
He's gone now.
Sure. Then things began to make sense.
He gets awfully mad. He's a prize fighter, you know.
Well, that flatters my ego.
Here.
But you're the one I really wanted to...
No, I'm not Miss Castor. I'm Cecile Dawson, her roommate. I'm sorry.
You're the one who hollered a minute ago?
He was getting mad. He was going to hit you. When he starts playing with his collar like that, I don't like people to fight, do you?
Where's your phone? May I use it?
Over there.
Thanks. Say, let's get this thing straight. That fellow's name's Duke. He's Miss Castor's boyfriend, huh?
I wouldn't say that exactly. They've had a few dates, I believe.
Oh, he belongs to you, huh? That's right. He was here quite a while with you. You seem to know a lot about him.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Okay, Cecile.
I merely meant I don't pay much attention to that sort of thing. Besides, it's Miss Castor's own business.
So I gather. Like deciding to tell people that I was on a string. Is that right? Is that what she's done?
Well, you are rather famous, I suppose. I don't read the newspapers
No,
myself.
I get the idea. Skip it. Tell me, where's Miss Castor now?
Well, she was home for lunch. She got a phone call, I think.
From whom?
I don't know. She just took her manicure kit and went out. Some kind of a special job somewhere, I suppose.
Oh, I see. Thanks, Cecile.
Mr. Chase, I don't feel you should blame a person merely if they should happen to use your name.
Police headquarters. Homicide, Lieutenant Andrews. Mm-hmm.
I mean, living in a city like this can be lonesome sometimes. A person doesn't know any of the people he rubs elbows against. I mean, to associate yourself with somebody like you who's famous and has a place in the town.
Headquarters. Are you waiting for Lieutenant Andrews?
Yeah. Duke what?
Huh? Oh, Duke Mazzaroni. I don't know where he lives or anything.
Homicide, Andrews.
Yeah, George, take that away, will you, and bring me some coffee. Black coffee, yeah.
Oh,
All right, George, you better start getting out all the general alarms. The first is Duke Mazzaroni. That's right, an alarm for her, too. She left here just after lunch. That was about 5 hours ago. Hey, hold on, wait a minute. Tell me, did Miss Castor ever go out with a man by the name of Ames? Dudley Ames?
I really wouldn't know.
Oh, I know. He's married, if that's what's worrying you.
I really wouldn't.
Oh, now, come on, Cecile, that's...
All right, but it doesn't mean anything. What of it? He's just a man who likes to kid around a lot, that's all.
On Thursday evenings, if I remember.
He's very nice, Mr. Ames is. And he's lonely, too. He shows a girl a good time. Suppose you have to... I mean, well, sure, if he's fast in the pickup.
Yeah, that's it. That's what the story is. That's your pattern. I'll bring a picture over. Mm-hmm.
What's she done?
She? I don't know.
Oh, but you were saying that she...
Now, look, never mind that. Let's get back to her boyfriend, shall we?
Don't you want this?
No, thanks, Lucille. Come on now, who else?
Well, Mr. Fitzgerald. He drives a delivery truck for the J Company.
Mm-hmm, go on.
Honestly, I don't pay that much attention. Honest, I don't. It's no concern of mine, do you think? I mean, well, Peter Zupke. He sells insurance or something. And Mr. Hale, he lets us in free at the bowling alley. And that's all I know.
Bowling alley?
Yes, down on High Street. Is there something wrong with being a boyfriend of Miss Castor's?
Maybe, for one of them.
I know it's no concern of mine, but, well, maybe I should have paid more attention. Only, well, what's she done?
Let's not talk about it now, Cecile. You better drink that coffee. You look like you need it. Thanks, Cecile. Bye now. She'd been playing around with Hale, too. I remembered him that day in the barber shop when we all laughed about the love poem. What's the trouble, officer?
Move on, move on.
Yeah.
Oh, need help, that's all. There's a body back there.
What?
Yeah, a guy named Hale. He owns the bowling alley.
Hale, huh?
Yeah. The funny thing, look what he's got in his hand.
First you, then Dudley Ames, now this guy Hale.
You're wrong. First it was Miss Castor. She got the first one. That was several days ago.
All right, quibble with me, but where does it lead? Now, don't forget, you were in that barber shop, too. So was Joe the barber. And you were laughing just as loud as Miss Castor or Ames or Hale.
Oh,
so...
stop it. You told me you caught Duke for me. Now, where is he?
I got him cooling his heels. Send in Duke Mazzaroni. I got a hunch that he's just the kind of a lunkhead who would write mushy poetry to a dame.
Mm-hmm. Well, come on. Let's see how he reacts, huh? You can see he never saw it before.
Maybe he's a better actor than he is a fighter. You've got a lot of explaining to do, young fellow.
Name 3.
I can't. 2 of them are dead.
What? What's this all about? Where is she?
Oh, so that's why you slugged me, huh? So you could find Miss Cassie yourself.
I was sore, sure. She stood me up.
Well, did you find her?
No. I looked every place I could think of. I thought she was out with you. Sorry about slugging you. Do anything I can to help you.
Let him go, Lieutenant.
The guy's willing to talk. If it is some other crazy jealous guy...
It's jealousy, all right, and she's right in the middle of it. Good night, Duke.
Well, if you want to know the truth, she isn't worth the trouble.
All right, come on, George, let's get started. It's a big city, and you don't know what you can scare up until you go hunting through it.
Now, don't you climb out on the lunatic fringe.
Why not? Do people commit murder for normal reasons? Just because we found a pattern, don't think you can cut it up into an ordinary pair of pants.
Chase,
Now, Hill's been dead for only half an hour. Except for me, the pattern's about worn out. Now, if I'm wrong, I'll need you to pick up the pieces. If I'm right, maybe you can do the same.
Nobody in there.
Yeah, she was here all right. Look at this.
I'm sure I heard somebody before we broke in.
Yeah, she's tied to that chair.
Hey, Chase!
Yeah? We would have heard them if they clattered down that fire escape.
Well, there's only one answer. Hang on to your dizzy spells. Can't see very much up here.
Down this way, come on.
Hold it, hold it. Joe! Wait a minute, Joe. Listen to me. Joe!
Don't come any closer. Get away. If you come any closer, over we go.
Joe!
Turn that thing off. It's all right, Joe. Stay where you are. We're not coming.
Keep on talking. I'll move round.
Stay where you are. I'll jump. We'll both jump. We'll jump together.
Don't do it, Joe. We're staying right here. You see?
Put that thing out of you, crazy. He might still have a gun.
Joe. Joe. You know, you've been pretty smart. I had no idea it was you who did it. Until I heard Miss Castor was ordered out of that manicure job this noon. And you're the only one who gives her work orders, aren't you, Joe? She's a very pretty girl, isn't she, Joe? I'm sorry you shot at me. Because I've never taken her out.
She's a lady. A very beautiful young lady.
Just like you've never taken her out, Joe. You wouldn't presume, I suppose. You're not like ordinary guys. Boy, just having dates with her wasn't the point anyway, was it, Joe? That's not why you kill people. That's not why you sent us those glass ball things in that poem.
We're going to jump. We're going to die together.
Joe. Joe, listen to me. I'm the guy you didn't quite kill, remember? So I'll be writing your newspaper story, won't I? About the little fat barber who fell in love with his manicurist. Put her way up on a pedestal. Afraid to say anything to her. Kept it all to himself until their big romantic death. Oh, boy, what a story. Oh, the people will laugh their heads off. Because that's what started it, wasn't it, Joe? It was only the people in the barber shop who were killed. It wasn't of all the boyfriends, was it, Joe? No, just the ones who were there when you took your heart in your hand and sent her that silly poem.
I laughed, didn't I? I laughed too.
Sure, because you had to. You wrote it, you sent it. You got the biggest laugh of them all. And no wonder. A silly old fool like you, dreaming up beautiful dreams about just another manicurist. And what happened? She laughed.
Stop laughing. Stop laughing.
Look out!
Let go.
No, steady now, steady. That's it, Lieutenant. You're going to be all right. You have dusted my heart with your dainty smile, made sweet my soul with your own sweet glance. Well, there it was. But I couldn't help wondering why that poem struck people as funny. Maybe we shouldn't have laughed. Of course, he was crazy. Miss Castor was... Well, loneliness does strange things to people. Perhaps that was it. At least it takes all kinds of people to make up a city.